This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
A man originally from our area was using the New York City subway system during a mass shooting last week. While his train wasn't directly involved, he talks about the experience and how the violence is affecting his life and others in the city. Hello everyone, I'm Ken Kara and I thank you for watching today. Some residents of Eagle Rock Resort in Black Creek Township had to evacuate their homes as a fire ripped through a residence there and spread to the woods on Friday night. Those inside the house made it out safely, but fire destroyed the home at 414 North Huron Circle. The wind spread the flames and other homes in the area were threatened. Employees at Eagle Rock helped evacuate residents as firefighters from over 12 companies battled the blaze. The fire started around 11 p.m. on Friday. Nuremberg Weston Volunteer Fire Company Chief Dave Demshock tells Ken Jackson in the Standard Speaker they weren't back at the station until around 5 a.m. on Saturday. The State Police Fire Marshal is investigating the cause. 10 people were shot and more were injured during a shooting on the New York City subway last week. Police do have someone in custody in connection with the mass shooting. The violent event in New York is the topic of today's news feature with Lisa Sugart.
Well, we all watched the television in horror as we heard about a mass shooting on the subway in New York City. But what if you happened to be on the subway when this incident occurred? Well, a young man who is originally from our area, from Hazel Township, who now lives in Manhattan, was on the subway, and he joins me now. Matt Straub, originally from Hazel Township. Matt, you were on the subway that day. Thank goodness not on the one where the incident happened, but it affected you.
Yeah. So, I work relatively far away from where I live, all inside of Manhattan. And the subway is generally one of the most reliable ways to get around. So I woke up that morning, I was doing my normal routine, got in the subway, making my way downtown near Wall Street to go to work that day. And the train was held between two stations for a long period of time. Now, a lot of the subways are old, they make announcements, but it's muffled, it's hard to hear. And, delays on the subway and public transportation happen all the time. So, being someone that's lived here since 2016, I didn't think anything of it at first. I just figured there's a malfunction, there's a delay, there's a signal problem, we'll just be moving shortly. So then, we started moving and eventually we got to where we all needed to be. But there was no real notice or notification or announcement that there was any kind of problem until I actually got into the office. And of course, then everyone was talking about it because it was on the news, it was on social media, it was kind of all over the place. So that's when I was like, wow, it's happening then. So, thankfully, like I said, I wasn't in that neighborhood, but because the subways are so interconnected, as soon as one has some kind of incident or delay, it's like a domino effect.
So now are you seeing stepped up police presence because the new mayor now said he was going to increase the police presence?
Down near work, you could already see that there was like an increased security and police presence because everyone had to get home. You took the subway in the morning, however long that commute is, you have to take it back. And the one challenging thing that a lot of people might not realize is with Uber and Lyft and all that, whenever there's more demand, they raise the price. So if it might take you, a ride that's $20 or $30 on a day like that, where people feel, unsafe on the subway, they all want to take these cars, it could be up close to $100. So it's like, how many people are going to afford to, pay double just to feel a little bit more safe on their commute? So a lot of people just wind up still taking either a bus or a subway or something, just because, all the other options are so expensive.
Is this getting into your head at all now? Like, we've seen the woman pushed on the tracks. Like, there's been some really tough situations that we've seen and heard about on the news. Does it worry you, or do you figure, hey, it's just part of my life, I have to do this?
It's unfortunate, especially because, with the whole COVID thing, it started really to feel like things were starting to happen again in New York. Broadway reopened, museums reopened, you could go see concerts and sporting events, and tourism and people coming to Times Square and going down to Wall Street. That's what New York's economy really depends on a lot. So it's unfortunate that we have these other incidents now that are making a lot of people feel unsafe. I was definitely a little concerned about it. Thankfully, I wasn't in the neighborhoods where it was actually happening, or else I probably would have requested to either work remotely or something for a day or whatever. And I know there was a lot of companies that did that either said, if whenever you need to leave or go or arrive the next day, because we know that there might be more delays, or, since they didn't even catch him for at least 24 hours, they were letting people kind of be a little bit more flexible with, where they were going to work from and how they were going to start and end their shifts and things.
I saw you had posted on Facebook that you were safe from the shooting in Brooklyn. So was your family trying to get in touch with you? Were they nervous about the whole situation when they heard about it?
Yeah, they always reached out, because I went to college here, and in college they had a really good system that would actually alert parents and students and everyone if there was any kind of incident or power outage or any kind of emergency that everyone should be aware of. And I think it's honestly a little bit more comforting to hear it from a source like that than to see something bad happening on the news and think, oh gosh, could this be someone that I know? So yeah, between the Facebook thing where it asks you if you were involved and if you're safe or not, there was definitely more people that reached out to say, glad to saw the post on Facebook, glad to see that things are okay. Thankfully, it was only one isolated incident, but still, I mean, the whole fact that it happened is it's still crazy. You get on a subway every day. I'm sure the people that were on that subway, they would have never assumed that anything like that was going to happen.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for our area from 6 p.m. on Monday evening to 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Wet snow is expected with accumulations of 2 to 5 inches. On Tuesday, we have a 60% chance of snow before 8 a.m., then a slight chance of rain and snow showers between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m., then a chance of rain showers after 11 a.m. It will be cloudy, then gradually become mostly sunny with a high near 43 degrees, wind gusts as high as 28 miles per hour, new snow accumulation of less than 1 inch possible. On Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees, wind gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. On Wednesday, sunny with a high near 50 degrees, wind gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 34 degrees. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a high near 57 degrees. Thursday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 43 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 64 degrees. And Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 42 degrees. Did you know there's a shared kitchen in downtown Hazleton that's being used to help launch food-based businesses in the area? We'll learn more next. In sports, local chiropractor Dr. Dan Gavio did some amazing things at the Strongman World Championships. We'll talk with him in a bit.
MMI Prep will have a designer purse bingo on Sunday, April 24th at MMI Prep Gym. The event will begin at 1 p.m. and doors will open at 12 noon. For tickets or for more information, you can call 570-636-1108. The Luzerne County Child Advocacy Center will have their Moonlight Masquerade Gala on Saturday, April 23rd from 6 to 11 p.m. at Mohegan Sun Pocono. For more information, you can visit LuzerneCAC.org. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Diane Alice Eisman, age 73, of McAdoo. A funeral service will be held on Friday at 10 a.m. at Salem Lutheran Evangelical Church in Auburn Reed. Friends will call on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977. And go to harmonfuneral.com.